I read from several media reports that 125 million OBP confidential funds in 2022 were reportedly utilized in just 11 days. This is wrong because I personally disposed the money in less than 24 hours. Sara attempt to visit me at Annex 2 BJMP Camp Bagong Diwa. Attorney Monsayak was later appointed as the spokesperson of the Office of the Vice President. A copy of the Certificate of Recognition and Appreciation dated June 29, 2022 is hereto attached as Annex H. Number 51. The Certification of Recognition and Appreciation was handed by Attorney Ryan to Attorney Monsayak at Nomu Bashu, Thomas Moratoco, Quezon City, where I was also present. A photo of Attorney Ryan handing the Certification of Recognition and Appreciation to Attorney Monsayak is here to attach as Annex I. Election of Sara as Vice President and OBP confidential funds. Number 52. After the election of Sara as Vice President, she invited me to attend her inauguration at the San Pedro Square, Davao City on June 19, 2022. A photo of Sara and me during her inauguration in Davao City is here to attach as Annex J. A photo of an email thanking me for my attendance during her inauguration in Davao City is here to attach as Annex J-1. Number 53. I was then tasked to provide security intelligence work through the formation of Vice Presidential Security and Protection Group. During this time, I introduced and recommended Colonel Velasco, one of my best students in the Presidential Security Group, to assist this matter. Number 54. Colonel Nolasco then tapped the services of Colonel Raymond Dante La Chica to head the BPSPG. Afterwards, I worked with both Colonels Nolasco and La Chica from July 2022 to April 2023 for tactical transport services, security of Sara and other VIPs, handing and conveying and highly confidential information, and the transportation of large amount of money to several persons as instructed by Sara. Money deliveries under the instruction of Sara. In the morning of December 20, 2022, Sara called me and she said, "Sir Ram, please coordinate with Colonel Nolasco. Meron tayong deliver sa San Pablo, Laguna, sa night street at sa Ombudsman." Sara added, "Bawi tayo sa kanila later." Later, I received a text message from her indicating the places of delivery, which include San Pablo, Laguna, Night Street, Office of the Ombudsman, and the corresponding contact numbers. Number 56. Later that morning, Colonel Nolasco sent me a text message directing me to go to the DepEd Central Office in Pasig City, beside Ultra, at around 1:30 p.m. for the transport. Transport is a shorthand for delivery or transportation of large sums of money between Colonel Nolasco and me upon the instruction of Sara. After receiving the text message, I hurriedly prepared and went to the DepEd Central Office together with 4 other individuals: Richard Babagay, Arman Villanueva, a certain Chip, and a certain Ruel. Number 58. Richard and I were aboard my blue Toyota FJ Cruiser, while Arman, Ruel, Noel, and Chip came in Toyota Grandia with the sticker Inday Sara Champura Duterte attached to both sides of the van. Richard was driving my blue Toyota FJ Cruiser and Chip was driving the Toyota Grandia. A photo of the Toyota Grandia with the sticker Inday Sara Champura Duterte on both sides of the van is here to attach as Annex K. A photo of my blue FJ Cruiser is here to attach as Annex K-1. Number 59. As we parked my Toyota FJ Cruiser near the main entrance of DepEd, Colonel Nolasco appeared from the main entrance and approached our vehicle. I alighted to the vehicle to meet Colonel Nolasco and we talked while we waited for the arrival of Colonel La Chica. He mentioned that they will also provide a red Mazda sedan which will be used to deliver the money to the office of the Ombudsman. At around past 3 or 4 p.m., two government vehicles with red plates entered the DepEd compound, and then Colonel Nolasco told me, ayan na, ayan na. Colonel Lachica appeared with a lady who I later learned to be Special Disbursement Officer Gina Acosta. Thereafter, 4 large dark bags were unloaded from the vehicles. 3 large dark bags and 1 lighter colored and relatively smaller bag. Colonel Nolasco told me that each bag contained around 30 million pesos to 35 million pesos. The 4 bags were brought to where Colonel Nolasco and I were standing, which was near my blue Toyota FJ. Afterwards, I signaled Arman and Richard to load the same to our vehicles. The two large dark bags were placed in the Toyota Grandia, and 1 large dark bag and 1 lighter colored bag were placed in my blue FJ Cruiser. The bags loaded to the Toyota Grandia were to be delivered separately to San Pablo, Laguna, and Nomu, Bashu, Tomas Morato, Quezon City on the same day. The remaining bags, initially loaded to my blue FJ Cruiser, were immediately transferred to the red Mazda sedan prior to our departure from the DepEd compound, and were to be delivered to the Ombudsman parking lot the following day. Then, the red Mazda sedan proceeded directly to my residence in Cainta, Rizal, and was driven by Renoel. In DepEd Central Office, Colonel Nolasco told me to get my share from the said bags, and he and Colonel Lachica have already taken theirs. Hence, I took 1 million pesos for myself from the lighter colored bag loaded to the red Mazda sedan. That's when I verified that the contents of the bags were bundles of cash in 1,000 denominations and packed in stacks of 1 million pesos, each tightly sealed in transparent plastic. We, Blue Toyota FJ Cruiser and Toyota Grandia, left DepEd Central Office past 5 p.m., heading to San Pablo, Laguna. As we approached Laguna, I called the contact number provided by Sarah, informing the designated recipient that we are on our way. However, I was directed to proceed to Cabuyao, Laguna instead. We arrived in Cabuyao, Laguna past 8 p.m. and were then instructed to proceed to an area inside the industrial park to meet individuals who were designated to receive the first bag for a politician in Laguna. As we approached the designated place, I can clearly see from our vantage point an SNR membership establishment. Upon arrival, I immediately saw 3 persons beside the dark vehicle. One of the proceeded to the Toyota Grandia and took one. We immediately after the delivery of the first bag. 65. Thereafter, we proceeded to Nomu, Bashu, Tomas Morato, Quezon City, a comedy bar we call the Night Strip. The SSC Law alumni, including Attorney Ryan and Attorney Monsayak. 66. I'm quite familiar with Bashu because I previously visited it several times in relation to my work with Sarah and Isip. In fact, this is the same place where Isip gave Attorney Monsayak a certification of recognition and appreciation. We arrived at Nomu Bashu around 12 midnight. I went inside the establishment with Arman, who was carrying the second bag. I immediately Attorney Monsayak, who was at the same time, in the middle of the place together with a woman. When he saw me, he stood up and signaled for us to go upstairs. We then proceeded to the stairs, second floor. Ahead of me while I followed. Before I got there, I saw a man who came out of the room and received the bag from Arman. After that, we proceeded to access, and as I was passing Attorney Monsayak, I look at him dead. And we committed to Nomu Bashu. We stopped at the area while eating. I told Arman to meet me at my house in Cainta, Rizal, later that day at 8 a.m. Number 70. At around 8 a.m. the same day, the team met in my residence in Cainta, Rizal before we traveled to the station, OMB parking area. This time, however, we only used my blue Toyota FJ Cruiser and the red Mazda sedan, where the remaining two bags were previously placed. We left my residence at around 8:30 a.m. Richard was driving my blue Toyota FJ Cruiser, while Arman and another person, Noel, and he brought along were aboard the red Mazda sedan. '71. When we arrived, the guard gave a signal directing us to park in an area in the Ombudsman parking lot. Proceeded to the specific area and parked red Mazda sedan. The remaining two bags of money were placed. We left the keys on top of the left front of the wheel, which is our usual practice where large amounts of money. Previously and upon instructions of PRD, Sarah, I've also delivered money to Ombudsman Rotoni Ryan, which I usually place inside an open trunk of a designated number 73. After completing the last, we left the Ombudsman aboard my blue Toyota. A few years later, I read reports that 100 million confidential funds in 2022 utilized in just 11 days. This is wrong because I personally the money in less than 24 hours. Sarah attempt to visit me at Annex Camp Bagong Diwa.
You can drink some water, Mr.
Yes,
Drink some water.
Thank you po, sir. Issue. May pleasure po.
Feel free to start whenever you want.
Number 74. Later, from several media reports that the 25 million pesos OBP confidential funds in 2022 were reportedly utilized in days. This is wrong because I personally did money in less than 24 hours. Sarah's attempt to visit me at Annex Camp Bagong Diwa. Number 75. Sometime in October 2025, after I got arrested for alleged kidnapping, I was called by Jose Marie Sabiniano office. As I made my way to the office of Jail Warden Sabiniano, I was surprised to see Sarah through the metal railings of the passageway. She smiled and waved at me. Number 76. When I entered the office of the Jail Warden Sabiniano, he asked me if I know Attorney Joyce. I replied, Joyce dapat, and Jail Warden Sabiniano handed me. When I said hello, I recognized the voice of Sarah, and she asked me about my well-being and conditions inside the detention facility. She was also apologetic for failing to do something or assist in my ongoing criminal case. 77. Frankly, I felt bad and disappointed given that Attorney had the case against me in retaliation. I tried to expose his land grabbing activities in Marabeles, Bataan, together with his Philippine offshore gaming operator partners. As I previously mentioned, I was merely trying to assist the farmers of the said area who were supposed to be awarded of their certificate of land ownership awarded by the Department of Agrarian Reform, but fell victim to Attorney Harry Roque's activities. Attorney Roque and his POGO partners wanted to convert the said place into a POGO hub after he facilitated the transfer of at least 60 land titles to First Bataan Maribeles holding corporations. In fact, Danny Corral, President and Chief Executive Officers of First Bataan Maribeles Holding Corporations, is also an incorporator of Lucky South 1999 Outsourcing Incorporated and Lucky South 1999 Corporation, which were involved in POGO operations in Pampanga. Number 80, more importantly, I felt betrayed that despite all my efforts to support Sarah, to the extent of even committing high-risk acts for her and her family, she did not lift a finger to stop Harry Roque, who is her known ally and supporter, from filing the unfounded kidnapping case against me. In witness hereof, I have here and to set my hand this April 2026, April 11, 2026 in Taguig City. Appointed, signed Ramil Madriaga. That will be all your, Madam Chair.
Thank you.